Thanks, Rich, and welcome everybody. Thank you for being here for what is another special day for the Texas Rangers and the Russell family, welcoming our second-round pick, A.J. Russell, to this organization. I want to start out first by acknowledging and thanking his parents who are here today, his family, Tom, his father, mother, Catherine, sister, Abby. Thank you for joining today. I know this is a really important day for the entire family, so it's great to have you guys here. I think, in terms of AJ, it stood out. It was very evident early in the scouting process that this was going to be a target for us. I know our history goes back pretty far, which Kip will talk about here as well. But, just hearing what our scouts have to say, starting with, Mike Tiddick, our area scout, and our senior evaluators, it was pretty unanimous going through the process that this was going to be a priority target for us as we went through this draft process. So, adding to that, our R&D department, our pitching infrastructure, pretty much everybody coming through and figuring out if there was a way to make this happen, we were going to do everything possible to make it happen. So feel blessed and honored to be here today to welcome AJ into this organization. And we're looking forward to, not only his talents on the mound, but also the proven, tested competitor that he is, what he's accomplished in college, pitching in the College World Series in the SEC. We're looking forward to putting him on some pretty big stages here in the future and continue to build the next chapter of his career. So I'll pass it over to Kip for a few additional words before we formally introduce A.J. Russell as the next member of the Rangers.
Yeah, thanks, Ross. Hey, I just want to welcome the Russells to the Ranger family. It's a pretty cool day for us. And, Ross touched on a little bit of the history and looking back on it. I was looking through some of through the computer and looking back at the past years, the times we've seen you. And I believe you had a Zoom with one of our scouts, Tyler Carroll, back in 22. And we have a couple fall reports where you're throwing 82, 87, and basically said, hey, this guy's going to throw really hard someday, and I think he's going to be really good. And he did turn out that way. It was a good job by a scout back in the day. But no, it's an exciting time, and I think Ross touched on it, like just the alignment of how we felt about AJ, the person for one, and two, the pitcher and the competitor, and he likes pitching on this field too. Oh, yeah. We saw it in 22 against the Red Raiders of Texas Tech, and blew him away that night. And had a little hiccup there with an arm injury, but he's coming back and pitched real well this year and put him in a good position to be a high draft pick. And we feel like we got a really good one in AJ, person and a player. So welcome to the Rangers, AJ Russell, new Texas Ranger.
Thank you.
What are you looking at?
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do, just let me know.
A little higher.
Yeah, right here, perfect. Great, hang out. Perfect.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You
Let me throw it on. Yeah.
You got to stand.
Your jacket.
What's that?
I'm joking.
I was about to say.
There you go.
You got it? I got you. Where'd that chair go?
I got it right here.
Awesome.
Good enough.
Oh, yeah. Feels good.
Better than that orange.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
You like that, didn't you, Kennedy?
Great.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take questions. Please wait for the mic and state your name and affiliation.
Hi, AJ. Congratulations. I'm Evan Grant from the Dallas Morning News. Just a two-part thing. Can you expound a little bit on your relationship during the scouting process with the Rangers and what you felt like was a good match for you?
Mm-hmm.
And the second part of it is you did leave an impression on this group with your start here. What do you remember about that start?
Kind of like he touched on, it started pretty early. I think they were probably one of the first teams to really reach out throughout high school and that early on. I think it was about junior year of high school, and I really enjoyed our conversations that we had, and I thought they're more kind of in depth than some of the rest of the teams were, and just the direction they were going, I really enjoyed. And then with in terms of the start, I just remember that start being a lot of fun, and there's not a whole lot that I remember because I tend to black out in games and don't remember a lot of it. But I just remember that started being fun and kind of getting off the mound, with the first, that was opening day, I believe it was, and just being more excited for what the rest of the year kind of had to go after that.
AJ Kennedy Landry, MLB.com. What was the, I guess, mental and physical process for you kind of coming back from that injury over this last couple of years?
I think mentally it was probably tougher than it was physically, in terms of all the checkpoints that you're supposed to hit out of surgery. It was really smooth, and I had great doctors around me, and a great support system with my family as well. And that was one of the biggest, I think, help to get back on the field. I think mentally, just the mental side of after an injury is always the toughest part, and going through and talking to people, gaining confidence back in the arm, getting confidence back on the mound was probably the hardest part of it. And towards the end of the year, I felt really good, and I'm really feeling good about the next step too.
How much did that help, I guess, confidence-wise for you to be able to come back and pitch really well, down the stretch this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge deal. I think it's more of a deeper confidence in just myself and my ability, I think, that you find during this process. And it's less results-based and more just how I'm feeling and what I'm liking, and kind of how my pitches are feeling, how I'm feeling on that mound. And it's a big deal.
Hey AJ, Sean McFarland, Dallas Morning News. Nice to meet you. I mean, everything you see and read about your fastballs,
Yeah.
It's a pretty special pitch. I guess can you just walk us through the development of that pitch?
Mhm.
And kind of like Kip said, wasn't always 98.
Yeah.
What's kind of the growth been like with that pitch for you?
Well, in high school, I threw a two-seam, and so now it's more of a four-seam fastball. And one day in the fall, my freshman year, I was really struggling, and I was kind of getting hit around a lot. And a guy by the name of Griffin Merritt, he's a fifth-year senior for us, was like, "Here, hold it like this and grip it and rip it." And that's what I did. There was really no development behind it, if that kind of makes sense. It was one of those things that I kind of lucked into. Realized it was pretty good pretty quickly, in terms of like missing barrels, a lot of swing and miss with it. The velo ticked up immediately when I started throwing it, and it was just one of those things that I really liked how it felt and kind of ran with it. And then throughout college, I probably put on about 35 pounds. A lot of muscle and a lot of just maturing in my body, and that's kind of where the velo you find the velo ticking up and as well. And so that was probably both of those combined was the biggest factor.
How much did that unlock for you as a
Yeah.
pitcher, having a fastball that was that good, that you trusted, that you felt confident in? That what does that do for you as a pitcher when you can rely on that and build around that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, there's a big confidence part of that as well, in terms of knowing that you have a pitch where it's, here, I'm coming right after you, trying to hit it, kind of mentality. And I think it's one of those things where the rest of the pitches kind of play off of it as well, and you can kind of mess around with a slider, curveball, or changeup, or whatever pitch you want to mess around with, and kind of find a way to where it plays the best off of that fastball as well. So you have a kind of center point where you can make everything kind of work off of that.
I guess, Ross, what are next steps for him? I know they're all going to Arizona, I guess, today or tomorrow, but in terms of pitching, what do you guys have in store for him? the
Yeah,
rest of the summer?
he'll head out to Arizona and join the mini camp group that we have going on out there right now. From there, we still have a few discussions in terms of what that's going to look like for the rest of the year. We'll get together and kind of go through a few different things and bounce some ideas off one another and put a plan in place. But nothing's set in stone right now, so we're going to continue to work through that together as a group.
Hey, AJ, in terms of coming back this year and pitching some, I know that did a lot for your mind.
Mm-hmm.
This group has always talked about the second year back from elbow surgery
Mhm.
being the year where guys really blossom. Do you feel like you're all the way back, or do you feel like,
Yeah.
okay, this was good for setting a base, but there's another jump for you?
No, I mean, I feel like I'm back. I feel like I'm ready to go. A lot of momentum coming off the season as well, and I'm excited to kind of, like he said, whatever the next steps are, talking through that kind of stuff, and just continuing to gain momentum throughout the next couple of months, just to get ready for whatever's next.
AJ, John Radigan from DLLS. There's a couple of fairly recent college pitchers in this rotation right now. You know that.
Yep.
Do you envision that? We heard what Ross said his first step.
Yep.
In your mind, how does this development look?
That's a good question. Just kind of getting back out there and figuring out the kind of the lay of the land, what they do as an organization, developing some pitches here and there, just getting better as the year goes on, and then hopefully I'm out there here shortly and pitching out there for as long as I can. I think that's at the end of the day, that's the goal, is to be out on that field and pitching on the big league mound. So getting in the lab with the coaches and the pitching coaches and the strength coaches and all that kind of stuff, and making myself the best version of me, and so I can be out there.
Hey, Ross, to just clarify, I'm going back after John's question, Leiter didn't pitch after he was drafted that year. Kamar didn't pitch until the next year. This is, I guess, a different situation. You guys haven't ruled out the possibility that AJ would go somewhere and pitch before the end of this year?
We haven't ruled out the possibility. I think each individual is unique in their own ways. And I think part of this process when they go out to Arizona in the mini camp is we learn a little bit about each other, where he's at, what his goals are for this year, how it best fits into 2026 and beyond. Our ultimate goal is to set AJ up to have the most successful career possible. So there's a little bit of back and forth and dialogue that we'll have collectively as a group and ultimately make that decision. But past precedent is not anything for the future in terms of this. It's all individually based on the needs of whoever we are working with in that current juncture. So.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, AJ. Welcome to the Rangers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Family up here, you guys take some pictures back there too.
Yeah. Perfect.